Hey everybody, and welcome to another Motivational Monday. And this is actually our first Motivational Monday of 2021. And I am so excited to jump into this message with you guys. Just a little bit of a backstory. This is the third year that I have had a word of the year instead of a bunch of resolutions. In 2018, right after my car accident, there was a lot of stuff going on, and I'm like, Lord, I really just need something to focus on to kind of help me get through this. And I read the book, One Word That Will Change Your Life. And it literally has. I'll tell you guys later about all the other words from the last 2 years, but what I want to focus on today is my word for 2021, and that is push. And it's been a very, very interesting word, because I'm like, okay, Lord, well, I know what push is when you talk about it, but I went to look at the definitions and get some backstories of what actually is a push. And it is a forward motion that gets you into a place. So I'm like, okay, Lord, that's a good thing for 2021. I'm excited about this. And a few days after the Lord gave me my word, I was having a conversation with Onyx. And ironically, it was about push. Onyx was on the toilet. He was having a little bit of a constipation issue. And I'm talking with him, and he's giving me all of these reasons why he can't poop. It's uncomfortable. It hurts. It's too much going on. I'm holding it in. And he, in his mind, had made up a reason why pushing the poop out was more of a logical thing. And he was visibly uncomfortable. But in his mind, he had made it up that holding on to this made more sense than the few minutes or few seconds of discomfort that it would take to let this go by pushing it out. And so I'm having a conversation with him, and he's giving me all of these reasons why he can't push and whatever's going on, even to the point where he's asking me to come in the bathroom and get it out for him. And I'm like, hey, I can't do that. This is one of those things that you have to do for yourself. You have to just take the initiative, and when you feel the pressure, push. And it made me think about kind of like my labor stories with June and Onyx. There were two very different stories. With June, I had been in labor for over 24 hours. And the nurse actually was like, okay, we just want to see how you're doing. I was a first time mom, and they're thinking, oh, well, probably she doesn't know how to push. So we'll try to just see, how she's doing with it. So I started pushing, and immediately they were like, stop, don't push. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? It's like, you're moving the baby. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's the purpose of pushing. Am I not, what am I missing here? She was like, well, it's too soon. We just didn't think you were going to be able to push right away. So we wanted to double check, but you're pushing right. You're pushing too well. And I'm like, okay, whatever that means. And they're like, okay, so now when you feel the contractions, I want you to do everything you can to not push. And my immediate reaction was like, how am I supposed to do that? That doesn't make sense to me. Pushing was the only relief that I was getting from this labor pain that I was in. And then flip over to Onyx as I'm in delivery with him. I knew what was going on. I was ready, and I'm like, I can literally feel when I'm ready to push. I know exactly what to do because I've been there before, and I knew exactly what to do. So getting to the point where I'm getting ready, Onyx is ready to come, and my doula was like, if you feel like you need to push. Listen to your body. You've done this before. You got this. And it was in that moment where I'm thinking, you're right, I've got this. I've looked into it. I've researched. I've been here before. All of the other things that I've gone through have helped me get to this moment. And there wasn't a point where if I don't push, it makes any sense. I can't move back. I'm at a point now where all of this has happened. 9 months of growing and creating this baby and all of this, and I can't not push through to the thing that I've been doing all of this work for. And it made me think about us and how we kind of handle our life and sometimes the assignments that God gives us. There are two folds to this, because many of us are holding on to things that we shouldn't be holding on to, even making excuses about why we have to hold on to this thing that we can see and feel is causing some pain and discomfort. And we rationalize in our mind, just kind of like how Onyx did, that it makes more sense to be uncomfortable to hold on to this thing than to push past this a little bit, to be uncomfortable for just a little bit, to let go of this thing. Think about this. How many things in your life are you holding on to that if you were to push them aside or push them out and let them go would immediately change your life? And it's crazy. There are so many things, even myself, that I'm learning that I have to push out and push away and let go of so that I can get to the place where God wants me to be. And even with this whole 2020 setup, when I saw so many people hustling and doing things, God was giving me a sign to step back. Sit back. What can you not do in this time? And then as it got closer to the end of the year, God was like, as I'm telling everybody else to lean back, I'm telling you to push through. You rested, you got all the stuff that you needed. Now you have an arsenal of things that you're ready to do. Now you push through this and keep going. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today, because it's really amazing how some things in your life that you're holding on to, and if you would push past it a little bit or even address it when it comes up. Because think about this, if you have something going on that's little and you don't address it and it keeps building up, if you had addressed it and let it go and pushed it out of the way when it was a small thing versus when it's built up to this big thing, think about how much harder it is going to be to push this thing out of the way to get to where you're going to be. And just even recently, as we're getting set up for this video, June's wanting to cook cookies or bake cookies in the oven. And so she gets everything set up. The cookies are on the tray. She's got them separated. She's got the pan. The cookie pan is in the oven. She turns it on to the degree that she wants it. And then the oven starts beeping. She's like, what did I do? What's going on? And I'm like, you forgot to push. Don't let everything that you've gone through, everything that you've built up in your life, keep you from getting to where you're supposed to be because you decide not to push through. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is my motivational word for the day. And I am excited to share more with you as the year goes on. Please share this video if it's been a blessing to you or you know somebody else that it's been a blessing to. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can catch more videos just like this one every Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will check back with you next week for another motivational word. Bye-bye.